Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Scorpio Caesar here, and today we're going to be talking about my personal Xbox collection. That's right, we're going to be talking about the consoles that I own, the different controllers, and all of the games, because the original Xbox was one of my favorite consoles growing up, and to this day, it's probably my most impressive collection of games to date. So with that out of the way, welcome to the Caesar Arcade.
Get ready.
Okay, so first off, I want to talk a little bit about the actual console itself, because I have two versions of it for very specific reasons. This is pretty much the original style model of original Xbox. It's black and it's got the big green logo there in the middle. This thing is a hulking brute. The original Xbox was probably one of the most heaviest consoles ever, and one of the biggest, actually. I think probably one of the biggest at that point in time. And well, it was very powerful. To this day, it's still the most powerful 6th generation console. Now, is it my absolute favorite? I'll save that for a different kind of video. But yes, the original Xbox is here. And we also have the original Xbox's Duke controller, as people like to call it. This original controller was not very popular. A lot of people dislike this one. Me personally, I absolutely adore this controller. When I held it in my hands for the very first time, I just felt like I was playing with something super powerful. This thing was a behemoth. The rumble in it was amazing. Playing Halo Combat Evolved, there's no other experience quite like playing it on the original Duke controller, and I absolutely adore this thing. But a lot of people didn't like it, so what happened was when they released it in Japan, they came out with the S controller. Here I have a translucent blue version, and this is probably one of the more common ones. I have two of these actually in particular, and yeah, the controller S was a bit of an improvement in terms of like actual feel. It still feels good in the hands, but of course the lack of actual shoulder buttons, because the original Xbox had black and white buttons. I don't know why. That out of the way, I also have the limited edition Halo Xbox. This one was a beautiful translucent green, and we originally had this when it came out. I believe it came out with a copy of Halo Combat Evolved as well, the Game of the Year edition, and this was to hype up for Halo 2, which was right around the corner upon its release. My father got this one, and unfortunately, I forgot what happened to the actual controller that came with it, but it wound up in pieces. It wasn't my fault. The original Xbox, though, we ended up selling it, unfortunately. We traded it into GameStop once we got the Xbox 360, because we figured most of the games were backwards compatible on the 360. Why need the original, right? Yeah, I wish I could go back in time and slap myself for that. Anyways, I ended up hunting it down once again on eBay a couple years ago, and I do not regret it one bit. This thing is beautiful. To this day, it's still one of my favorite console variants, and it also came with its own translucent green Halo controller. And they also released regular translucent green controllers, but this one in particular has the Halo logo where the Xbox logo would be. So that's what separates it and makes it different. So yes, the original Xbox. So many amazing games on the original Xbox, and in most cases, if not all cases, all the third-party games and multi-platform releases that came out on the Xbox, PS2, and GameCube were always best played on the Xbox because of the hardware being more powerful, the internal hard drive that it had, and the higher resolutions that it got output. This thing was pretty much future-proof, and it could actually run up to 720p and 1080i with certain games, not all of them, but it still holds up very well to this day, and I have a ton of games to show for it. So let's start with the ones that don't have cases and manuals in the binder of shame. So let's start with From Russia with Love 007. We also have Agent Under Fire, Platinum Hits. We have Black. We have Counter-Strike. What else do we got? Forza Motorsport, Dreamfall, The Longest Journey. We have Fable's limited edition disc, as well as Fable The Lost Chapters. The limited edition set for Godfather Grabbed by the Ghoulies, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Heroes of the Pacific, Mercenaries, the limited edition Mortal Kombat Deception disc, Ninja Gaiden, Outlaw Golf, Outlaw Tennis, and Outlaw Volleyball, Panzer Dragoon Orta, Rainbow Six Lockdown, Rainbow Six Critical Hour, Spy Hunter 1 and 2, Soul Calibur 2, Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Jedi Starfighter, Knights of the Old Republic, The Thing, and Tide, the Tasmanian Tiger 2. I have a huge stack of original Xbox games that I'm going to line up here in the front if I can, and we can talk about it. These consoles are like on the edge here and it's driving me crazy. But anyways, let's start. 007 Nightfire, 007 Everything or Nothing, Advent Rising, an Xbox exclusive that unfortunately didn't do so well, and I was really looking forward to seeing how this series panned out. Unfortunately, it was only one game. Alien vs. Predator Extinction, Alter Echo. Look at that holographic cover. Ooh, we're going to be talking about those soon. Area 51, Armed and Dangerous. I actually got this in a bundle with the console off eBay, and I still have yet to play it. Atari Anthology, holographic once again. Battlestar Galactica, Blinx the Time Sweeper, and of course I had to get Blinx 2, Masters of Time and Space. I love cats. I love it when they actually have a mascot cat platformer. Blinx is a necessity if you own the original Xbox. Blood Rain and Blood Rain 2. Blood Wake, a game that's actually pretty decent. I think it was a launch title, and it's like a boat combat game that not a lot of people talk about, unfortunately. I would like to make a video about this one in the future. Cabela's Deer Hunt 2005 season. Listen, this isn't mine. I didn't buy this. Well, I technically did, but it came with the Xbox, so whatever. Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30. My father really loved this game. I just really need to get the sequel, Earned in Blood, soon. Brute Force, another Xbox exclusive that unfortunately didn't do so well to warrant a sequel, but I personally love this game. Call of Duty Finest Hour and Call of Duty Big Red One. Burnout 3 Takedown, just got this in a claim sale recently. Cold Fear, Conquer Live and Reloaded. Got this one complete, thank God. This is a remake of Conker's Bad Fur Day, and unfortunately not a lot of people talk about. I know it changed some things and a lot of people didn't like the changes, but it looks amazing even to this day. If you're gonna play Conker's Bad Fur Day, you gotta check out the remake, Conquer Live and Reloaded. Crimson Skies, High Road to Revenge, another one of the Xbox Originals exclusives and one of the best games on the system. Dark Watch, Dead or Alive Ultimate. This is my original copy that somehow sort of survived the water damage and the fire. Technically it kind of did, but it didn't because there's a lot of moisture damage on those cover arts, sadly, but the contents inside are actually still good. It's funny because I lent this to a friend of mine. No, actually I sold it to a friend of mine back in high school, and it was just kind of sitting there in his house one day, and I was like, mind if I borrow this? I miss playing it. Yeah, I never gave it back, so that's still my copy again. Yeah, I'm evil like that. Never lend me your games, you're probably never going to get them back. Dead or Alive 3 and Dead or Alive 3 Platinum Hits Edition. Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. I really need to get the actual case cover art and manual for this one, just for completionist sake, because I love the Dead or Alive series. Deus Ex Invisible War, beautiful holographic cover art. Doom 3 on the original Xbox. A lot of people don't like Doom 3. It was the first Doom game that I've ever actually played, and I love it to death. That's the Steelbook edition. Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil, just added this to my collection recently, thanks to Cali Claims. Dr. Muto, Evil Dead Regeneration, Fable, complete in its box, Far Cry Evolution, Fatal Frame 1, and Fatal Frame 2, Fight Night Round 2, Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee, and Godzilla Save the Earth. GoldenEye Rogue Agent, Grand Theft Auto 3, Ghost Recon, Ghost Recon Island Thunder, Ghost Recon 2, and Ghost Recon 2 Summit Strike, Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter Limited Special Edition. The 360 version is a lot better. Half-Life 2 on the original Xbox. Oh man, I remember getting this after I finished elementary school, was it? After I graduated 8th grade, I was transitioning into high school, or I was already in high school. I don't remember, goddamn, but I do remember playing this and being very excited because it was the hype game at the time, and I wanted to play it, but I didn't have a PC strong enough to run it, and I wasn't a PC gamer. When I heard it was going to be released on the original Xbox, I flipped, and I had to get it. I got it, I played through it, bad frame rate and all, and I actually really enjoyed it. I have 2 copies of Halo Combat Evolved. Here's the not for resale edition, as well as the other Game of the Year edition, the holographic cover art version. Oh, still my favorite. Halo 2. Playing that multiplayer, that was the best. Oh my gosh. And this actually came with the console when it was bundled together with all those games from that seller. And I never actually owned the multiplayer map pack, but now I have it physically, and it's actually kind of cool that this even exists. This was made for the people that didn't actually own Xbox Live but still played like split screen multiplayer or System Link. This was a way for them to experience those maps, because Halo 2 was, come on, the most popular game on the system at the time, and probably ever was. So they actually released the maps physically, which was pretty cool if you ask me. Headhunter Redemption. Jade Empire Limited Edition. Look at that holographic cover art. Oh, sexy. Killswitch. One thing you'll notice is that I pick up a lot of like shooters and military games on the Xbox. I just feel like they're more home on the Xbox. That's just kind of my racing and shooting game console. I don't know, I'm weird. Knockout Kings 2002. Ooh, another Xbox exclusive that a lot of people probably overlooked. Kung Fu Chaos. This game would not be able to be released to this day because of how sensitive everybody is and how the racial stereotypes are in this game, but it's a hilarious game and I absolutely adore it. It's such a fun game and a great party game. Land of the Dead Road to Fiddler's Green. This game is rough. I knew that getting it. I didn't buy it, I bought it on like years later, actually like a couple years ago. Just out of curiosity, because I wanted to see how bad it was. Oh, it's rough. Legacy of Kain Defiance, Leisure Suit Larry, Magna Cum Laude, of course, Magic the Gathering Battlegrounds, Malice, Max Payne 1, and Max Payne 2, Mech Assault, another Xbox exclusive that unfortunately was never made available on backwards compatibility lists for either 360 or the Xbox One or Series X. Shame on you, Microsoft, for doing that. And Mech Assault 2 Lone Wolf, again, holographic cover art, beautiful game, fantastic sequel to the original. Medal of Honor Frontline and Medal of Honor Rising Sun. I still have to pick up, I think it was Combined Assault or Allied Assault. Men of Valor. Midtown Madness 3, another Xbox exclusive, I think also came out on PC. It's such a fun racing game, a fun open world kind of driving game. I played tons of this on Xbox Live and oh god, I miss it. I really do miss it. Midway Arcade Treasures 2, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, Mortal Kombat Deception, Mortal Kombat Armageddon, holographic cover, and Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. Need for Speed Underground, Need for Speed Underground 2, funny story about this game I'll save for another time. Need for Speed Most Wanted, For Speed Carbon. These two I prefer the Xbox 360 versions, but they came with the Xbox, so whatever. The Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge. This is I love the cover art for this game. It is just so beautiful. I mean, just look at it. Doesn't it go well with the Xbox Green's case? Obscure, Painkiller, Hell War, Pariah, Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie, Predator Concrete Jungle. Oh man, this game is crazy. Project Gotham Racing and Project Gotham Racing 2. Spent so much time, so many hours playing this on Xbox Live with my brother-in-laws, and good times, man, good times. Project Snowblind, PsyOps, The Mindgate Conspiracy, a very underrated game you all should probably check out. Psychonauts, R Racing Evolution, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Black Arrow, Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc, Raises Hell, Red Ninja, End of Honor, Rocky, of course, game that I reviewed 2 years ago at this point, and well, what a review that was. Rocky Legends, I have big plans for this one too. Run Like Hell, Hunt or Be Hunted. Scarface, The World Is Yours. Second Sight, another fantastic game that's very underrated that not a lot of people play. Here is a Sega GT 2002 and the Jet Set Radio Future double pack. I really would like to get Jet Set Radio Future standalone release because it's a holographic cover art. Serious Sam, game doesn't work. Shadow Ops Red Mercury. Shenmue 2. Recently completed this. If you haven't checked out my YouTube shorts, give those a watch where I show off when I got this and I completed the game. Silent Hill 2, The Sims, Splinter Cell Pandora's Tomorrow, and Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. If you're gonna get those Splinter Cell games, get them all on the Xbox. Spy Hunter Nowhere to Run, SSX Tricky, the dual pack of Star Wars The Clone Wars and Tetris World, Star Wars Battlefront, and Star Wars Battlefront 2, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars Obi-Wan, Star Wars Republic Commando, Star Wars Starfighter Special Edition, Sudeki, The Suffering, and The Suffering Ties That Bind, Tao Feng Fist of the Lotus, Tenchu Return from Darkness, Toka Race Driver 2, Transworld Surf, Whiplash, Return to Castle Wolfenstein, or Wolfenstein, as they like to call it. Urban Chaos Riot Response. This game is fantastic. If you haven't played this game and you like first-person shooters, definitely give this one a go. It came out in the last year of the Xbox, this life cycle. I think the 360 was already out when this came out. Fortunately, it wasn't backwards compatible, but it's definitely worth checking out. Unreal Championship 2, the Liandry Conflict. Voodoo Vince, Reckless, the Yakuza Missions. This was a launch title on the Xbox, if I remember correctly. And what's funny is that the black Xbox reads it just fine. The green Xbox, however, has issues. I don't know why. It starts glitching out. I don't know why it does that. I don't know if it's a capacitor issue or if it's the disk drives being different. If anybody can shed some light on that, let me know in the comment section below. WWE Raw. WWE Raw 2. Better game. WWE WrestleMania 21. 13, and last but not least, well, yeah, compared to the rest of them, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dawn of Destiny. And that wraps up my original Xbox game collection. As you can see, this is my biggest game collection so far. I think out of all the systems that I do have, this one trumps them all. The original Xbox is easy to collect for to this day. It's still pretty easy to collect for. A lot of games on it are usually cheapest on Xbox, which is weird considering that it runs them the best. But that's just how the cookie crumbles. If you don't have an original Xbox, I highly suggest you pick one up as soon as possible and start collecting for it, because it is one of the best systems to collect games for. Like I said, it's easily moddable as well if you want to go down that route, and the games are pretty affordable, so definitely check out the original Xbox. Don't sleep on it if you did already in the past. Bad on you. The original Xbox was amazing and awesome. I have so many fond memories of it. So anyways, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching and indulging me as I shared my original Xbox collection. This collection is absolutely huge. Like I said, a lot of highlights here, and I'm just gonna end it with that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Without further ado, I wish you all a good game and good night.